Yeah, no, first period obviously I drove in today and I feel like you have a little heavy legs starting out the game. Second period I felt a little bit better, and the third period I actually felt the best, but I just started cramping up a little bit even though I wasn't really tired, but I think I was just not used to playing games and stuff, so yeah, it's just starting feeling better and better as the game went on.
Where's your head at with this whole situation?
Well, I'm coming here and like this was my home for a couple of years, and obviously I'm going to come here being a good pro. I want to play good. I want to get called up again, obviously. And but the first thing that comes to my mind after this game, just it's a lot of fun playing hockey, and so I'm just glad I could play a game there. It was a while ago. So.
Yeah. Did you feel like in rhythm? I mean, I'm sure
no, it's still a little rusty, obviously, and all that. But as I said, like I felt better and better as the game went on. I felt like, but yeah, no, it was what I kind of expected as a first game. So.
How does it work, kind of fitting into the systems they're playing here? I don't know how similar they are to what you practice.
No, they're very similar. I think that's the thing they've been talking about, to play pretty much the same system as we do up there, because there's a lot of young guys that are going to be up there. And it's going to be an easier transition for them if they just stay within the system, and easier transition for them if they come up and play. So.
You got a couple shifts with Moritz tonight. What do you make of his game?
No, obviously he's a very super talented guy, and it's fun to watch him play. You know, so he's going to be a really good player, and so this is one stepping stone for him, and then NHL is going to be the next one.
Between you two, MacLeod, Kasky's pretty big, Lashov's pretty big. You guys got a pretty hulking blue line.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we should be pretty heavy on the back end. Yeah.
You put any timetable on, when you want to start feeling better? When do you think you can feel in rhythm?
Usually that takes me a few games to get in the rhythm. I would say at least 3 games or so, but it's always a little bit different. And how the games have been played. It was a pretty easy game to play today. I didn't get stuck in there in like heavy shifts, and didn't have to have those oxygen tanks ready behind the bench for me. So yeah, it was a good first game.
About health-wise, back, hip, how do you feel?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I feel pretty good now. Like we've been working on. It took a little longer than I expected with the injury I got during the preseason, but I felt pretty good out there, like health-wise. So with that said, that's what makes it fun again. Like, I don't have to have these grinds, and so it's just nice to play a game again.
You haven't been here in 10 years. What was it like to actually come back to Grand Rapids?
No, it's a lot of things have changed. It's been just around the city too. Coming into the city, there's a lot of new buildings. I had to refresh my memory of where everything was a little bit, and yeah, but I loved the city when I lived here. I really enjoyed my time here, so it's nice to be back too.
When did you get into town?
I got in at 4:10, and to the hotel, just get in and then over. So 2.5 hour car ride. That was kind of in the legs the first period for me there. So yeah.
Did you feel good in warm-ups?
Yeah.
Was that when you knew you were going to play?
Yeah, well, I got the call at probably like 12 something today, and I was down at the rink getting my stuff at the LCA. I went back home to pack a little bit, and then I kind of left there at just before 2. And yeah.
Did Blasher give you any kind of message as you were coming down?
No, I talked to him a little bit after, no, he said go down and play good. Hopefully, I played good, and they want me back in the lineup. But it's kind of up to me. It's in my own hands, and so I'm just gotta work hard. It's what I've been doing my whole life, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
Enjoy the chance to kind of mentor some of these younger guys.
Absolutely, I think that's a good chance for me to help these younger guys and some of the experience I've had over my career, and hopefully they listen to some things I say. I'm not going to talk to them all the time, obviously, but hopefully they have something to learn from me.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, best result I've had. The first game, it takes a little bit of time to get into a rhythm and stuff. So I thought each game's gotten better and better, and my last game was better than my one before that, and I'm just taking steps. It's early in the year, and it's obviously a good stepping stone, but put this one away and get back to work tomorrow and get ready for Manitoba on Friday.
Nice confidence boost too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you want to get results, and giving up 11 goals in 3 games, it's not ideal, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I've been working on. I didn't play much the last couple of years, so it's going to take some time, and it's definitely a good stepping stone.
They might only had 3-4 shots in that first period. I know a lot of goalies like to face more shots earlier in the game. Is that the case for you? Or?
Got to tip your cap to the way we played, the way we came out. We weren't thrilled about our last game in Texas, so getting off to a good start. That goal at the end of the first period is huge, but yeah, you got to stay in it mentally. At some point there's going to be a push. It's just how hockey works. So, and they did. Their second period was really good. They came pretty hard, but credit to us. Penalty kill was huge. 3 in the second there, and good efforts all the way up and down the lineup.
What can a guy like Jonathan Eriksson add to this blue line here with all of his experience and just as a player?
Yeah, it's nice to have him. He's great in the locker room, and you saw him out there today. He was rock solid, great on the PK, great in the D zone, blocking shots, good sticks. So, our D-core's looking really good right now, and it's a good step in the right direction.
Does that fire you up a little bit when you see somebody like that coming down? He hasn't played in a long time. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps our team. So, anybody that can help our team, it's very welcoming for us. So, he came down here today, right in the lineup, and played a really good game. So I'm happy for him. It's good to see him back in this.
Yeah, it was. We were talking before as a staff, like his experience, his demeanor, his wherewithal, his skill. Like, he's just a good hockey player. So anytime you can get a guy like that that's played 600 NHL games to come down here with the right attitude and want to help is great. So he hadn't played in a while. He was cramping up at the end of the game, and I thought he did a good job of not only playing well on the ice, but he was a good influence on the bench with some of the younger defensemen.
Did you talk to him a little bit beforehand?
Yeah.
About what his role would be, and what did he say?
A little bit, yeah. No, he wants to play, so he wanted to come down. And you never know with a guy like that when he's put on waivers and sent down. There's always that. I'm sure he's disappointed for sure. But I played with back in 2005 or 6, so we've known each other for a while. But he's a good character guy. He's not going to come in with one toe in the water. He's going to come in and help contribute in any way, shape, or form, and he wants to get back to playing. So he did a good job of that.
What would you like him to teach those younger defensemen? What would be the ideal lessons you could show them?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily teaching. I think it's just some of these younger players, defensemen and forwards, just being around them. I mean, you don't play 600 plus games in the NHL by accident. So there's a great story. He's the last picked in his draft year, and he went on to play that many games in the National Hockey League. So that is a testament to him. Now it's great for these young players to be around him. How does he conduct himself off the ice? How does he take care of his body? Is he in the weight room? Is he here early? Is he staying late? If I'm a betting man, yes, he does, and he does things the right way, and I think that's important for our young kids to see.
Calvin, obviously plenty of saves tonight, plenty of work after the first period. What did you think of his game?
I thought he was great tonight. Obviously the shutouts cherry on top, but I thought he battled hard tonight through screens. I thought he competed hard and didn't give up on any plays or any pucks, and I thought he did a good job of managing his emotions and the ebbs and flows of the game.
Any issues? Do you expect Eriksson to play Friday, Saturday?
That's something that we got to talk about with he hasn't played in a while, so 3 games in 4 nights with his recent injuries coming back from that. It's something we just have to keep a pulse on, and obviously if he's ready to play and he's willing to play, we're going to make the most of it.
Did you see any pairings that you liked, especially with him?
I'll have to go back and look. Mac did a great job of, I think, monitoring the D's ice time and making sure it was spread pretty evenly, and he did a good job of finding some chemistry there. So we'll go back on tape. I'll pick his brain, and he does a great job running that D course. So I trust him to do his job, and he's doing a pretty good job. So we'll take a look at it and see what's working, what doesn't work, and go from there.
Rasmussen, a couple assists tonight, and it seemed like he handled himself pretty well out there. What have your impressions been with him having him for sustained time?
He's a smart hockey player. he's a pretty serious player at times. Like almost to the point of you gotta don't want to let his guard down a little bit, but he competes hard. He shows up every day. You can tell that he was an NHL player for a year. He's got great practice habits. He's got great. He just has a great routine off the ice, and you can tell he's a good pro.
How about Seider so far?
Seider's a different picture. Different story. He's a younger kid, obviously. That he's coming from a different country, different league. I don't think he had the number of minutes that he's playing here that he did over there. So he's got to make sure he's managing his ice time. He's engaged from starts of games, and I think he's getting better at that. But again, it's a typical young, not mistake, but typical young mindset to have.
How about the other two guys? You have Leno, who doesn't have a point, and Zadina is struggling too. How do you deal with that part of the ball for those guys?
You make sure they're not getting frustrated. I think that Z's doing some good things with the puck. I think Joe's doing some great things with the puck. I think they're both doing some good things without the puck. I think it's important to accentuate the positives that they're doing, and if they're doing the right things, things are going to come naturally, and good things will happen to them. I think if you're true to the game will be true to you, and I think the less they're chasing the game, the less they're forcing things, they'll be just fine.
So do you think they're playing well?
I think they're at times playing very well. Yeah, I think people get too focused on the number of points and plus minus and this and that. I think you have to actually watch a game and see how they're playing. I think they're playing just fine. Obviously, room for improvement, but they should be encouraged by the moments that they have.
Yeah. The last thing on Eriksson, I know Blash, when Rasmussen left, he was quoted saying that he wanted him to come down, play great hockey. From your point as a coach down here, how do you get him to play hockey like that?
Who's that now?
Blash had said that.
About who though?
Eriksson, when Eriksson left, said Rasmussen, sorry. When Eriksson left, he said that, if he comes down here, plays great hockey. From your point as a coach, how do you help him do that?
With Eriksson, I think you just you put him in the best spots to succeed. No, he hasn't played a ton of hockey in a while, so you have to make sure we're monitoring his minutes and putting him in the best spots to have success. And I think that anytime you get a player, if he's buying in, you're putting him in a good spot, should bode for a good formula. But that's gonna, he hasn't played down in the minors for a while, so it's a different dog down here. You're not on the luxurious plains, you're not eating the fillets, and it's a little bit tougher schedule, but I think he'll be just fine. I think it's refreshing at times too to come down here and see, this is where he built his career, where he started from, and it's not a bad thing to come down here and get a little bit of a refresher here, and I think he's enjoying it. We'll see if that continues over time, but he's got I'll let you know. I'll take a selfie in the bus with you there, but no, he's got a great frame of mind on him right now, and he wants to come down and play hockey, and if he's playing well, we're going to play him.